or Target. Which one is it? We go in on all of them, right?
Yeah, we do. We do. It
we
don't matter.
go we go in on all of them.
Yeah.
Today we're kind of going on a subject that's a little bit sensitive for people. Basically, we're living in a time where men are under the microscope for so many different reasons. But there was a picture that I saw on social media the other day. And as you can see, there's a mother with her son, and she's saying, "Stop. I can give you something to cry about. Boys and men do not cry." I think a lot of us have been in that position in our lives.
Mm.
But as the years go by, as you can see in the bottom photo, it says years later, he's with his wife. And she's like, "Why can't you just show a tiny bit of emotion?" And so
Yeah.
I think these two issues are very, very tied together from childhood to adulthood when it comes to men. And I hate seeing the sisters so angry in both of these pictures. You know, I know that we have the capacity to do that as both men and women.
Right.
But what's your take on this picture, man?
Well, all I see is there's a breeding of a kind of mindset that starts at a certain point, and this picture is a perfect example of what goes on in a lot of households, unfortunately. You know,
Yes.
so yeah, no, that's kind of what happens, and you get the mom, and she, and the dad. We don't want to. This is not a woman bashing thing, so because the dad does it a lot of the times too, and telling the kid, the son rather not to cry, and
Right.
and whatnot. So it's a very forced thing in our society that happens to young boys. And so, yeah, you get what happens to be the lower half of the picture, and you get this guy who's been trained to not be emotional, and now he's being asked to show something that he hasn't been taught or hasn't been allowed to express.
I agree. With situations like this, the thing that comes to mind is when it comes to men and women and the emotional divide, fear and social conditioning are at the root of the divide between men and women. In one breath, a man is asked to open up and express himself emotionally, but in another breath, he's considered weak if he does open up. And depending on the woman he's with, she can weaponize a man's emotions against him. If a man is too emotional and raises his voice, he's considered to be toxic for expressing himself boisterously. So, where does the yin and the yang find balance? I feel that we have to go on that reflective spiritual journey inside of ourselves and face the deficiencies we have been given through years of epigenetic legacy or cell memory phenomenon. To that, it raises the question of this situation that we're faced with. And so it was an article that both me and you went over.
Right.
I'll pull that up real quick. The name of the article is Emotional Withdrawal: 5 Reasons Men Do It and How to Open Them Up. And so just to go over a couple of points that the article was bringing up, I'll leave the article in the description. So if you're interested in reading it, if you're in a relationship with a man that you feel like is having a hard time opening up to you, or if you're a brother who, you fear opening up, there's some good pointers in this article. We're really trying to help heal our people more than anything, help heal all people. We need a peaceful world. How can we do anything if we don't love each other the correct way?
Exactly.
However, the article brings out men don't always know how to make their wives happy, it says in point number 2, it says shame often deepens in men when they feel less and less capable of making their wives happy. Now, personally, I think each individual is responsible for their own happiness. And then you bring your happiness to the happiness of your lover, your husband, your spouse, your wife, whatever the case may be. And then there's a synergy of happiness, and then there's this explosion of happiness because you're both happy and you're bringing your happy together. Making someone else responsible for your happy is solipsistic and narcissistic. So we don't want to be that way. We want to find ways to wake up in the morning and be happy ourselves, happy that it's a gray sky. Ooh, we're going to get some rain today. My flowers are going to grow. The grass is going to be more lush and green. We want to find reasons to be happy. Oh, my feet stink. Let me go make them smell good so my lover will let me rub them on them, or whatever the case may be. We have to look for all the reasons to be happy. Point number 3 brings out they are emotionally flooded. And it says, even if men don't know how to name their emotions, the fear and anxiety that they feel makes them want to explode. So, as men, we should probably take control of those anxieties, not worry about things that we can't control and only focus on the things that we can control. Was it anything you wanted to point out, Roscoe?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to kind of go over, the fourth and fifth points, I suppose. The fourth being, that, us as men, we have difficulty in identifying our feelings and that kind of stuff. So whether or not having the words or just plain emotional overload, if you will, um, I think that if you find that opening up and allowing your man, and this is for women actually, women just allowing your man to the time to find the words is a big thing.
So patience.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's something that should be preached, but yeah, no, you have to be patient. You have to allow your man time, you know. The fifth point being, as it says here, they automatically disassociate during conflict, you know. So, you want to be, as a male, you want to be present. That's something that women they talk about a lot in their inner circles, if you will. I've been privy to some of those. Yay me. But but yeah, no, women they definitely talk about men's lack of being present in the moment. And so us as men, when women are going through emotional rough patches, we do have to be present, and we have to make sure that we're doing it with compassion.
I
You know,
agree.
so yeah, that's pretty much what I've got as far as that. So, Joby, what else you got, man?
Um, I agree with you. I guess when it comes down to this thing called love, I think a lot of times we use the term loosely,
Yeah,
and we don't really understand that love is a verb, it's an action word. And when it comes to love, you have to do the work. You have to put in the work. I know it sounds cliched and whatnot, but you really do have to put in the work. And shutting down just because things aren't going your way, it just creates more chaos in the world that we live in. And as far as the ladies go, we want to love you all. We want to be able to be vulnerable without feeling the fear of being vulnerable.
exactly.
That requires work on the side with both parties. One not to feel afraid, and the other one not to feel like they need to go on the attack. And so, like I said, a synergy of love coming together. We
Yeah,
raise your families, which make healthier communities, which makes a healthier world. And
yeah,
so, when it comes to these things, I love women
Yeah.
and I represent. And I hate the fact that a lot of them get a bad rap because I know that there are a lot of good women out in the world, you know. And so we did this topic to try to inspire, you know, the brothers and the sisters of all nationalities to come together.
Yes, indeed. True warhead style. Excuse
True
me.
warhead style. And to the fellas, if your wife doesn't swing you around like this when you arrive at home, then she cheating on you, bro.
Bye. Get up out of there, man. That's why we pulled Jordan off the bench. That's why we pulled Jordan off the bench.
She cheating, man. No, I'm just playing. But she better be swinging you. She better be doing something. You
Yeah.
know, she better show her appreciation. And you better be happy when she grabs you by your ankles and
Yeah.
swings you around.
No, I think I think you said it best that there was a lot of points that were in here that I think not only men but women can really use
Right.
to, yeah, I just think that it's important to like I said about being present, and you said about just being a synergy and bringing that love and both parties being there to support the other emotionally and being patient in that. So all these things are important. That's all I got.
That's all I got. That's another episode of the Warheads broadcast.
Yeah.
I'm about to go to bed. I got to go to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let me shout out some special women, by the way.
Oh, snap.
Oh yeah. So first of all, my moms.
Oh, yeah,
These are my
Yolanda.
moms, man. Got to shout out special woman there. You know what I mean? And I only brought up my moms because my mom dealt with a lot of mental and emotional issues. So yeah, no, and it's one of those things that's it is serious to me because I think of a lot of people who do have a lot of mental issues, and we as a culture, as a people, don't take these things seriously. So if you do have any of these issues, you need to seek some help or something like that. Please do that. Don't be scared to do that. So
I
it's
agree.
important. It's important that we be mindful of mental health. So
I agree. All right. Well, that's a wrap for me. See you guys on the flip side. Warheads out.
yes, indeed.